Big news in the world of timeshare. Disney Vacation Club is changing its exchange affiliation from RCI to Interval International. Whether you're a DVC member, II member, or RCI member, we're going to talk about how this might impact you. Coming right up. Hello and welcome to Destination Timeshare. I'm Jeremy. Before we jump into this video, talking about this big news in the world of timeshare, Disney Vacation Club, DVC, changing from RCI to Interval International for their exchanges. I want to let you know, on this channel, I like to provide my knowledge, tips, and advice to help you get the most from your timeshare ownership. And I also do videos like this, timeshare news and timeshare commentary as well. So be sure to stick around, hit that subscribe button down below, and also click on that notification bell and you'll be notified whenever I post new videos. So let's jump right into this. We're going to talk about DVC switching over to Interval International as of January 1st, 2022. Okay, so let's first look at this announcement here that Disney Vacation Club sent out to their members. Starts off, dear member, at Disney Vacation Club, we know how much you enjoy exploring destinations and experiences beyond your home resorts. Our team is dedicated to helping you create unforgettable vacation memories around the world. That's why we're thrilled to name Interval International as our exclusive new exchange provider for traditional exchanges effective January 1st, 2022. This new relationship will offer you a broad range of resort experiences, providing flexible and diverse opportunities in amazing locations across Europe, Asia, South America, Australia, as well as destinations closer to home, including the United States, Mexico, and the Caribbean. Through Interval International, you will have access to thousands of resorts, including a specially curated portfolio of high-quality properties selected especially for members. This expanded portfolio includes well-known resorts offered by Marriott, Sheraton, Hyatt, and Westin, to name a few. In the meantime, you can continue to book nightly and weekly exchanges in their traditional exchanges through our current program until December 31st, 2021. Additionally, any confirmed reservations or points that have been deposited to RCI will be honored through 2023. If you have confirmed exchanges with RCI, deposited points with RCI, or made a booking with RCI using cash, you can always review your activity on the member website. We're excited to continue to provide you and your family with a whole new world of vacation possibilities. All the best, William Dirksen, who is the Senior Vice President and General Manager of Disney Vacation Club. So there it is. The cutoff is essentially December 31st, 2021. Their new provider, Interval International, in 2022. Okay, so now let's talk about this. I'm going to kind of break this down into three parts. Do consider this is a lot of speculation on my part because we really don't know exactly how this new affiliation is going to work. We can kind of go by what they used to do with Interval International when Disney Vacation Club was actually affiliated with them several years ago, and how they treated the affiliation also with RCI to kind of maybe understand how this will work and what impacts there might be for Disney Vacation Club members, Interval International members, and also those RCI members that are going to be losing that affiliation. So let's start with Disney Vacation Club members. Obviously, like the email said, if you have current bookings, if you have current deposits, nothing changes with those. You'll still be using and going through RCI for those exchanges. So nothing really changes there with any current bookings you have, whether they're current exchanges, cash bookings, or points deposited. And obviously, through the end of this year, you can still deposit any points to make exchanges through RCI. So through the end of this year, it's kind of still the status quo, but the end of the year isn't very far away. We're already pretty much near the middle of December. So now let's talk about what the Interval International affiliation might look like. Something I noticed in that email was a specially curated list of resorts. Not really sure what that means, but back when Interval International and Disney Vacation Club were previously affiliated. If you've been a member long enough, you'll remember that prior to 2009, Disney Vacation Club was actually affiliated with Interval International. And at that time, they actually had a curated list. Disney Vacation Club went through the list of available resorts, kind of picked and chose kind of the more premium, higher level resorts, ones that they thought their members would be happy with, and made those available for exchange. Now, is it going to be that same way now, or will Disney Vacation Club members be able to exchange into any resort that is affiliated with Interval International? We don't really know. We'll probably find out more, obviously, when this affiliation starts up in January. But something to keep in mind here as a Disney Vacation Club member, and as ourselves, we're also Marriott and Vistana members. Generally, you can't trade down too much in terms of quality. So you have a premium resort, a premium timeshare brand like Disney Vacation Club, Marriott, Vistana, Westin, Sheraton. You can't usually trade into lower level resorts that maybe don't have any type of status in Interval International. They're just kind of your standard resort. Interval kind of looks at those, they consider them a lower tier, and they don't at least make it easy to exchange into them. You can sometimes make special requests to get them if you know that they're available, but for the most part, Interval kind of seems to hide those away from us. They don't want us trading into those resorts, being extremely unhappy and not wanting to go again, or maybe demanding our points back, our weeks back, our deposits back. So they kind of curate that already and don't let members exchange down too far in quality. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't ways around it, like I mentioned, but just something that is there. So maybe that's kind of what they're referring to there in that curated list, or maybe Disney Vacation Club is going to go through like they did before and pick out specific resorts that Disney Vacation Club members will be able to exchange into. Now, obviously, another new thing here for Disney Vacation Club members, as that email specified, you're going to be getting access to some premium timeshare brands that are affiliated with Interval International. That's Marriott Vacation Club, Sheraton, Westin, Hyatt. There's a number, I believe Four Seasons is also there. They didn't mention that in the email, but premium hotel branded timeshares, top of the line, fantastic resorts, fantastic villas, all over the world and in the United States. So definitely a great thing to have access to. Something that Disney Vacation Club members probably need to realize, though, is within a lot of these systems, there are internal priority or internal preferences where I, as a Marriott owner, when I'm depositing a Marriott week for a period of time, maybe up to 24 days, maybe up to 30 days, only other Marriott members can exchange into those weeks that are on deposit. So those might get snapped up pretty quick, especially those higher end, more premium deposits, maybe the prime time, school holidays, Christmas, New Year's, spring break. So just something to keep in mind. Off-season weeks are pretty easy to exchange into. Premium season, obviously a lot of owners stay at their home resort during prime seasons and tend to deposit more off seasons. And when they do deposit those prime seasons, other Marriott Vistana owners are jumping in there. They're kind of getting ahead of the line a little bit to snap those up first. So just something to be aware of. Now, something else to be aware of, you can do cash bookings in Interval International, getaways, that kind of thing, much like maybe you were able to do in RCI. From what I can understand, though, is that you can't book other resorts within a certain radius of Walt Disney World. So here in Orlando, if you're wanting to go to a Marriott resort in Orlando, you won't be able to trade into that Marriott resort in Orlando or even book a cash stay there. Now, this might not be the case when they actually implement this new system, this new affiliation in January. I really hope it's not. Maybe I do hope it is. We'll talk about that, about how this might impact Interval International members. But just keep that in mind. You're going to be using this most likely to trade outside of Orlando. So do keep that in mind. That might be a possibility that you won't be able to exchange into many of the fabulous Sheraton, Marriott, and other branded timeshares here in Orlando. Now we're going to talk about how this change might impact Interval International members. This is actually maybe not such a good thing here, because Disney Vacation Club is bringing with it 220,000 additional members that are essentially going to be competing for many of the exchanges and even getaways, cash bookings, cash getaways, maybe even accommodation certificates that are available in Interval International. So 220,000 new members from DVC, all competing additionally for what little inventory is already kind of there. So keep that in mind. This might be a good thing, might not so much. It might push some of the getaway cash prices up a little bit, and kind of like I was mentioning earlier, that kind of regional block that prevents DVC members from booking into Orlando resorts. That might be actually a good thing for other Interval International members, because it kind of might keep that competition down. If you love coming to Orlando and you love staying in maybe Marriott resorts, Sheraton resorts, even Westgate or some of the other properties around here, those prices might not jump too much. But like I said, we're going to have to just see how this all plays out. Now let's talk about how this impacts Interval International members being able to book into Disney Vacation Club. Sounds exciting. First up here, Orlando owners, chances are pretty high, if you own a week in Orlando, you're not going to be able to use it to trade into Disney Vacation Club resorts at Walt Disney World. Just a regional block. Disney, they want you to buy Disney Vacation Club points to stay in a Disney Vacation Club resort. They don't want you buying a cheap Orlando week, maybe with Marriott, maybe with Sheraton or some other brand, and using that to exchange into Disney. I believe it's a 30-mile or even a 45-mile radius around Walt Disney World Resort that is prevented from booking into or exchanging into Disney Vacation Club resorts. So if you have a week outside of Orlando, or maybe even a mini system, that's kind of those points-based systems that many timeshares have come up with, you should be able to exchange into Disney Vacation Club. Now exactly how that will work, how many deposits we'll see, kind of really not known at this moment, but we do know with RCI that a number of weeks do make their way into general inventory that you can see online. So that means that other weeks are obviously making it in there as well, but they're getting snapped up by ongoing searches. So key here, if you want to book something, place an ongoing search for it, and you might just get it. Anything that shows up online after the ongoing searches match, it's just leftover inventory that nobody wanted from an ongoing search. Now, how much inventory can we really expect, and what kind of inventory can we expect? Well, if we use RCI deposits as a guide, we tended to see mostly Old Key West, Saratoga Springs, and Animal Kingdom villas. Those were the resorts primarily deposited, and mostly only one-bedroom units. Studio villas, those usually tend to get booked up by Disney Vacation Club members because the points are pretty cheap. I mean, they're wanting to save their points, stretch them as far as they can, so they tend to book the smallest unit with the largest occupancy. In many Disney Vacation Club deluxe studios actually sleep 5 people, so don't expect to see any studios. 2 bedrooms also tended not to be deposited too much at all. It's pretty much always 1 bedrooms, at least within the span of the last several years. So don't be expecting those great Wilderness Lodge or the new Riviera Resort. So just keeping those expectations in line, kind of based on past history with RCI. You're most likely going to see 1 bedrooms from those 3 resorts. Another thing for Interval members to be aware of is when RCI members would exchange into Disney Vacation Club, there was actually a fee that had to be paid directly to Disney Vacation Club on top of the exchange fees that people paid to RCI. That fee was $190. So we fully expect that fee to probably remain, if not go even higher. So you're going to be paying your exchange fee to Interval International, and then you're going to be paying probably at least another $190. The $190 is said to give you parking and transportation while you're at the resort and at Walt Disney World. We all know you can pretty much get transportation anywhere around Walt Disney World. As soon as you get there, if you park at a park, you get access to all of the great transportation at Walt Disney World. But that is kind of what they use a resort fee for. But really, it's kind of just a cash grab. But anyway, it's there. It's your fee for the privilege of exchanging into DVC. Now, what does this mean for RCI members? Well, it's a pretty big blow, because if you purchased an RCI affiliated resort to trade into Disney Vacation Club, well, they're going away. If you did have an exchange through RCI into Disney Vacation Club, obviously that exchange is still intact. You're still going to be able to go to Disney Vacation Club and enjoy those resorts, at least until you've used up any exchanges that you already have in there. Pretty much don't expect to see too many more exchanges going into RCI, maybe just reconciling owner deposits versus what has already been deposited. Any cancellations, though, if you have a Disney Vacation Club exchange through RCI, I don't know why you'd cancel it, but any cancellations that may pop up, those weeks will show back up in RCI, and RCI members can still trade into those. But I think after January 1st, we're not really going to see very many deposits there at all. All right, so there's a roundup, some speculation based on some previous facts about how the DVC affiliation now with Interval International will impact DVC members, Interval members, and RCI members. I really want to know your thoughts about this new affiliation. Are you excited? Are you happy? Are you mad? Let me know all about it down in the comments below. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does help out this video. And please do share this video with everybody you know who's either an Interval member, DVC member, or even in RCI. And if you want to see more videos all about timeshare, check out the description box below. I have all kinds of them on this channel. And if you want to see another video for some timeshare news, check out this one right up here, and YouTube. They think you'll like that video down there. Be sure to subscribe. You can do so by clicking on my picture right here. Hit that notification bell. And until next time, remember, the best destination is always a timeshare.